You're going to die. Maybe not tonight, but one night, without warning, will be your last. The question is, are you living like you know that? Every night, you have a chance to sharpen your mind, let go of what doesn't matter, and return to your true self. These 10 Stoic truths are not bedtime thoughts. They are your nightly wake-up call. Listen carefully, because tomorrow is not promised. 1. We are terrified of loss, yet we live as if we will have forever to do what we want to do, to say what we need to say, to become who we are meant to become. But we don't. You don't. I don't. And that's what makes each moment urgent, beautiful, and sacred. Tonight, as you prepare to close your eyes, let that reality settle in your heart, not as a weight, but as a light, a fire that burns away the trivial and leaves behind only what matters. What did you do with your day today? Did you spend it in alignment with your values? Or did you give your time to anger, distractions, ego, and fear? Did you love deeply today, or did you take people for granted? Did you speak your truth, or did you silence yourself to avoid discomfort? Did you move closer to your dreams, or did you let them drift another day into the fog of procrastination? These questions are not to make you feel guilt. They are here to awaken you, to shake you gently by the shoulders and say, you are alive, right now. Don't sleep through this life. Every moment you live is a moment subtracted from the total number of moments you have. That's not a reason to panic. That's a reason to live with urgency and intentionality. The Stoics believed that death was not to be feared, but to be respected, honored even. They saw it as the ultimate teacher, for who can truly live if they do not understand the boundaries of their life? Epictetus said, I cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it. That is the liberation Stoicism offers you, to walk through life without the paralyzing fear of death and without the regret of having wasted the gift of time. Think of all the petty things you worried about today, the small slights, the imagined offenses, the need to impress, the comparison with others. Would any of those things matter if you knew tonight would be your last? And here's the truth. You don't know. None of us do. That's not a threat. It's a fact. So instead of ignoring it, use it. Let it sharpen your clarity. Let it strip away illusion. Let it make you bold. If you died tomorrow, would you be proud of how you lived today? Would you have left behind kindness? Would your words echo with love or with bitterness? Would you have spent more time looking at your phone than looking into the eyes of those you love? Would you have spoken gratitude or stayed silent, assuming there would be another chance? This isn't about fear. This is about urgency. It's about living a life that, if it were cut short, you could look back on without shame. A life lived with presence, intention, and honor. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." And so tonight, as you lie in bed, ask yourself honestly, what did I waste today? And what can I choose differently tomorrow? Maybe you wasted time arguing about something unimportant. Maybe you held on to a grudge that served no purpose. Maybe you said later to something your soul whispered was important now. There's nothing you can do to change the past, but you can change your orientation toward the future. You can wake up tomorrow with the sacred knowledge that your time is finite. And because of that, it is priceless. You don't need to panic or rush. You simply need to live consciously, to be here, now, with all of yourself, with all of your love, with all of your attention. The Stoics practiced a mental exercise each day, to imagine that this was their last day, not to become depressed, but to become focused, to live more fully, to love more freely, to forgive more easily. You can do the same. Every night, remind yourself, I may not wake tomorrow. Let me therefore be grateful. Let me forgive. Let me speak my truth. Let me be kind. Let me live. This mindset doesn't make you weaker, it makes you powerful. Because when you accept death, you stop being controlled by fear. You stop clinging, you start giving, you stop hiding, you start shining. Let this night be a turning point. Let memento mori be your compass. You will die, but not tonight. And because of that, you still have time. Time to say I love you. Time to forgive. Time to begin. Time to become the person you were born to be. And when you finally do close your eyes, let it be with peace. Not because life was perfect, but because you truly lived. Breathe in that truth. Let go of the noise. Let your mind rest, rooted in clarity. You are alive. Now live like it. 3. You control your mind, and that changes everything. When night falls and silence embraces the world, the mind begins to wander. It replays conversations, regrets, worries, and anticipates problems that haven't yet arrived. But in this moment, right here, you are reminded of a simple yet powerful truth. You are the master of your mind. The Stoics believed that we cannot control external events, but we can always control how we interpret them. You own nothing. Everything is borrowed. As the day folds into darkness and silence stretches across your room, one Stoic truth emerges from the quiet like a whisper from eternity. You own nothing. Nothing you see, nothing you touch, not your house, not your possessions, not even your body. You are a temporary steward of all that surrounds you, and one day, whether soon or distant, all of it will be returned. This is not a cause for sadness. It is a call to reverence, to hold things lightly, to treat what you have as a gift, not an entitlement. Because what is borrowed must always be cared for more tenderly than what we claim as our own. The Stoics taught that everything external is indifferent, neither good nor bad in itself. Your job, your wealth, your titles, your status, none of these define who you are. They can all disappear in an instant, and they often do. A fire, a war, a recession, a diagnosis, and suddenly, everything you clung to vanishes like smoke. Seneca once wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." We chase more and more, as if our grip will last forever, yet live with the anxiety of knowing it won't. So why live this way? Why not choose freedom over attachment? Why not wake up to the beauty of impermanence instead of fearing it? You lie here now, your body resting, your mind tired, and maybe your soul a little restless. Think of all the things you tried to control today. Did you try to make someone like you? Did you try to hold on to an outcome? To force a plan? To micromanage life itself? Did you feel a spark of anger when things slipped out of your hands? This is the cost of illusion, the illusion of ownership. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, receive without pride, let go without attachment. He ruled an empire, yet he knew that everything he had could be taken, and in time, it would be power, glory, life itself. So he lived in preparation, not with paranoia, but with poise. This is your path too. To remember that everything in your life is borrowed, and that your job is to appreciate, not possess. To care, not cling. Your health, borrowed. Every breath, a miracle on loan. Your loved ones, borrowed. Their presence is a gift, not a guarantee. Your youth, your energy, your time, all passing through you like a river. Can you love someone without holding them too tightly? Can you enjoy your success without being defined by it? Can you be in the world without becoming its prisoner? These are the questions a Stoic asks every night. Not to renounce life, but to embrace it with deeper truth. You will lose things, that is certain, but what matters is whether you lose yourself in the process. The Stoic path is not about emotionless detachment. It is about choosing where to root your identity. And identity must never be rooted in what can be taken, not in wealth, not in beauty, not in applause. Instead, root yourself in character, in virtue, in how you respond to loss, not in what you lose. Picture a person who has nothing, yet radiates peace. Now picture a person who has everything, yet trembles in fear of losing it. Who is truly rich? Who is truly free? Seneca wrote, "He is most powerful who has power over himself." This is the wealth the Stoics spoke of, the kind that cannot be stolen or burned or destroyed. So tonight, before you sleep, look around. Look at your home, your clothes, your bed. Look at your memories, and whisper to yourself, all of this is borrowed. Let that truth soften your grip. Let it fill you with gratitude. Let it liberate you from the lie that you must hoard, defend, control. What is truly yours is how you love, how you speak, how you meet life, how you rise after falling, how you hold stillness in chaos. That is who you are, not what you own. So lie down tonight in peace. Rest not because you have secured everything, but because you no longer need to. Trust life enough to release your tight grasp. Be like the archer who lets the arrow fly and surrenders to the wind. Be like the tree that lets its leaves fall without fear. What's meant for you will stay, what's not will go. And none of it was ever yours to keep anyway. The world is in flux. You are in flux. And yet, amidst it all, you can be still. You can be free, because you understand now. You own nothing, but you possess everything that truly matters. Good night, wise soul. Let the illusion of control melt away. What remains is real. What remains is enough. 4. True peace comes from within, not from the world around you. Tonight, as you lie in stillness, the world quiets. No more meetings, no more rushing, no more pretending. It's just you now, your breath, your thoughts, your truth. Epictetus said it clearly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And every night, you have a chance to revisit this truth and reset the way you interpret your world. Throughout the day, maybe things didn't go as planned. Someone might have insulted you. An opportunity may have slipped through your fingers. You may have failed to meet your expectations. But none of that truly belongs to you. And here, in this moment of honesty, you remember the fourth Stoic idea. True peace does not come from the world. It comes from within. How often have you told yourself, once I get that job, I'll feel better? Or, if they finally understand me, I'll be at peace. Or, when things calm down, I'll relax. We tie our tranquility to outcomes, to people, to things outside our control. And yet, the world never truly calms down, does it? Storms keep coming. People keep disappointing. Life keeps shifting beneath your feet. So if peace depends on stability, then peace will forever remain out of reach. But the Stoics offer you another way. They say, stop outsourcing your serenity. Come home to yourself. Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. That includes the mastery of your inner world, your thoughts, your desires, your fears. Peace is not a place you arrive at when the noise ends. It is the stillness you carry through the noise. It is the space inside you that cannot be touched by external chaos. You felt it before. Those brief moments when the world outside was turbulent, but something inside you remained solid. That's the peace Stoicism cultivates. That is the fortress you are building each night. You listen, reflect, and return to your center. Think about your day today. Did you lose your peace? When? Why? Was it something someone said? Something unexpected that disrupted your plan? A disappointment, a trigger, a delay? And now ask, did that thing take your peace? Or did you give it away? You see, nothing can truly steal your inner calm unless you open the door and offer it. And that's not a fault, it's a lesson. You are not powerless. You can choose again tomorrow. You are the gatekeeper of your own mind. You decide who enters. You decide what stays. You decide which thoughts are fed and which are left to fade. This is your training, to wake up each day and say, I will no longer let the external world dictate my internal state. That doesn't mean you don't feel. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you no longer react like a puppet, pulled by every string of the outside world. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But what does it mean to truly live that? It means when someone criticizes you unfairly, you breathe, you examine it, you take what is useful, and you discard the rest. It means when plans fall apart, you adapt. You say, "This was not my preference, but I will make it my practice." It means when anxiety knocks, you don't run. You sit with it. You ask it what it wants. You meet it with curiosity, not panic. It means when life doesn't go your way, you remember it was never meant to. The Stoic doesn't demand that the world bends to his will. He bends his will to the world, and does so with dignity. You are not weak for feeling disturbed. You are human, but you are powerful when you recognize it, pause, and return to yourself. This is the art of stillness, not a passive retreat, but an active strength, not escapism, but endurance. A calm not built on control, but on acceptance. You begin to understand that circumstances are just that, circumstances. They rise and fall, but your peace, that can be constant if you place it in what cannot be taken from you. No one can steal your virtue. No one can dictate your perspective. No one can define your response but you. And that is the heart of Stoic peace. It is not the absence of problems. It is presence within problems. It is not a smooth sea, but the ability to sail even in storms. Tonight, as you drift into rest, feel that truth settling in your bones. Your peace is yours, not theirs, not the world's, yours. Let go of needing approval. Let go of needing everything to go right. Let go of waiting for the future to bring you stillness. Be still now, right here, with your breath, with your being. You are not what happens to you. You are how you rise, how you return to the present, how you remain centered in a world that spins. That is strength. That is peace. That is who you are becoming, and no one can take that from you. 5. Part 5. Adversity is not the enemy. It is the path. Tonight, as the day draws to a close and the light fades from your room, let your mind turn to the moments that tested you. Maybe you were challenged today by a person, by a task, by your own emotions. Maybe you felt frustrated, anxious, overwhelmed. And maybe, just maybe, a small voice inside whispered, "Why is this happening to me?" The Stoic would answer, "Because it is necessary, because this is how you grow." Adversity is not a detour. What belongs to you, and only to you, is your judgment about these events. You have the power to say, "This is nothing to me." You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of those thoughts. Like a calm sailor standing at the helm during a storm, you choose which waves to ride and which ones to let pass beneath you. When you go to bed, don't bring with you the poison of the day. Don't clutch your frustrations like treasures. Instead, examine them. It is the path. Life does not test the weak to break them. It tests the strong to reveal them. It tests you to forge you. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is not poetic metaphor. It is practical instruction. When something blocks your path, it does not mean stop. It means transform, adapt, overcome. The Stoics believed that obstacles were not setbacks, but opportunities. Every difficulty was a chance to practice virtue, to practice courage, to practice patience, to practice wisdom. It's easy to be calm when nothing challenges you. It's easy to be kind when everyone is kind to you. But what about when the world resists you? That is when character is forged. Think about the hardest moments in your life, the real, painful ones, the heartbreak, the failure, the betrayal. And now ask yourself, were you not made stronger by passing through them? Are you not wiser now because of them? Could you have developed resilience, empathy, and depth without those experiences? This is the paradox. We avoid pain, but pain refines us. We flee discomfort, but discomfort teaches us. The Stoics didn't seek out suffering, but they didn't run from it either. They met it with open eyes and steady hearts, because they knew that suffering, when faced with integrity, becomes transformation. Epictetus, who was born a slave and crippled for life, said, "Difficulties show what men are." He didn't just preach this, he lived it. He used his hardship as fuel. He chose not to be a victim, but a student of adversity. What if you did the same? What if every challenge you faced was secretly preparing you for something greater? What if every problem was a teacher in disguise? Each moment of struggle in your life is a sharpening stone. You are being shaped, not by comfort, but by resistance. That hard day, it's polishing your discipline. That loss, it's deepening your gratitude. That delay, it's stretching your patience. And when you understand this, something powerful happens. You stop resenting the hard things. You start welcoming them, not because you enjoy pain, but because you see its purpose. You see how it carves away what's false, how it exposes what's weak, how it leaves behind only what is strong, real, and essential. This is the Stoic way, to not just survive adversity, but to use it, to rise, not in spite of difficulty, but because of it. Tonight, look back on your day and ask, where was I tested? And then ask, did I resist or did I rise? If you resisted, that's okay. Tomorrow is a new opportunity. If you rose, even just a little, honor that. That's the practice. Not perfection, but progress. Your obstacles are not in the way. They are the way. Part 6. You are not your emotions. You are the one who observes them. As the night wraps around you and your body finds rest, another deep Stoic truth rises to meet you in the silence. You are not your emotions. You are not your anger, your fear, your sadness, or your anxiety. You are not even your joy. You are the one who observes these emotions, the one who holds the space for them, the one who decides what to do with them. This is a radical idea in a world that teaches you to identify with how you feel. But the Stoics knew better. They taught that emotions are not commands, they are signals. They are not dictators, they are messengers, and you, the rational being, have the power to choose your response. Epictetus said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments about them." The same is true of emotions. What shakes you is not the emotion itself, but your belief that the emotion is who you are. But you are not your anger. You are the one who feels it, questions it, channels it, or lets it pass. You are not your fear. You are the one who chooses whether to bow to it or stand up in spite of it. The Stoic mind does not deny emotion, nor does it suppress it. It welcomes emotion as information, but it never allows emotion to take the wheel. Think about today. Hold each in your hand like a stone and ask, is this within my control? If the answer is no, drop it. The world will keep turning without your worry. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or cold. Quite the opposite. It means becoming so clear-minded that you don't let the chaos of others create chaos within you. You remain still even when the world spins. This is strength. This is self-mastery. What emotions visited you? Did you feel tension, sadness, stress? Did you feel excited, grateful, peaceful? All of those feelings passed through you like weather. None of them stayed, and none of them ever define you. They are clouds in the sky of your consciousness, real, visible, but always moving. The Stoic trains himself to witness the storm without becoming the storm, to feel the wave without drowning in it. This is not coldness, it is clarity, the ability to say, yes, I feel this, but I am not this. I can watch it arise, I can learn from it, and I can let it go. And here's the truth. The more you resist a feeling, the more it controls you. But the more you observe it, name it, and allow it to pass, the freer you become. This is emotional alchemy, transforming reaction into reflection, turning the immediate into the intentional. When anger rises, the Stoic pauses. When fear whispers, the Stoic listens, but does not obey. When grief visits, the Stoic welcomes it with reverence, but does not drown in it. And when joy arrives, the Stoic embraces it, knowing it too will pass. Imagine if, every night, you practiced this. You reflected on your emotional day, not as a victim, but as a student. You asked, what did I feel today? Why did I feel it? Did I act on it? Or did I respond with wisdom? This nightly reflection is how emotional resilience is built, not by avoiding feelings, but by understanding them, by remembering that emotions are part of your experience, but never the sum of who you are. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emotions are part of the mind, and that strength begins when you separate yourself from automatic identification with them. This does not mean denying pain. It means not letting pain become your identity. It means not letting fear become your compass. It means holding joy with light hands, knowing it is a visitor, not a possession. Tonight, as you prepare to sleep, feel whatever you are feeling. Don't push it away. Don't judge it. Simply observe it. Give it a name. Speak to it as a teacher, and then gently, lovingly, release it. You are not your emotions. You are the one who sees them, learns from them, and lets them go. You are the quiet presence behind the storm. You are the stillness beneath the waves. You are the sky, not the clouds. And that is unshakable. 7. You become what you practice. Every day shapes your character. As darkness deepens and sleep calls you inward, let this powerful Stoic idea echo through your mind before the night takes you. You become what you practice, not what you intend, not what you wish for, not what you promise yourself late at night or declare loudly in the morning. You become what you consistently do. Each action, each response, each repeated thought is a brick, and your character is the temple you are quietly building, brick by brick, whether you're aware of it or not. The Stoics believed that character is not fate, it is habit. Virtue, for them, was not an abstract ideal, but a daily practice. You don't become courageous by waiting for fear to disappear. You become courageous by acting with courage again and again. You don't become wise by reading quotes. You become wise by practicing discernment in the heat of real life. You don't become self-disciplined by dreaming about discipline. You become disciplined by choosing what is hard, right, and meaningful, even when your impulses scream otherwise. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. That is the Stoic ethic, not speculation, but embodiment, not waiting, but becoming. Tonight, ask yourself, what did I practice today? Did I practice patience, or did I rehearse reactivity? Did I practice gratitude, or did I feed entitlement? Did I practice humility, or did I indulge my ego? Because whatever you practiced, even unconsciously, that is what you are becoming. Each day is a rehearsal for the person you will be tomorrow. Every reaction is a vote for the kind of mind you're building. Every small moment of kindness is a thread in the fabric of your character. every temptation resisted, every truth spoken, every breath taken in awareness. It all matters. The Stoics knew that greatness is not made in grand gestures. It is forged in the quiet choices no one sees. The way you greet someone, the way you handle waiting, the way you speak when angry, the way you correct yourself when you've erred. All of this is practice. All of this is shaping you. Imagine if you treated your life like a training ground for virtue. Think about it. How many things today truly required your inner peace as a price? Was the traffic jam worth your anger? Was that disagreement worth the resentment you carried all evening? What if instead, you treated each moment as a test of your training, a chance to say, I will not be disturbed. I will not let external things dictate my internal state. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself every night, reminding himself of the same lessons. If every annoyance was a sparring partner for patience, if every rude person was a teacher of self-control, if every failure was a resistance band for resilience, you would begin to live intentionally, powerfully, with purpose. And the most incredible part is that it doesn't take a dramatic overhaul. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. You just need to begin tonight with awareness, to notice what you are practicing, and to choose again and again to practice what aligns with your highest self. Seneca said, while we wait for life, life passes. Don't wait to become the person you admire. Practice it now, in this moment, in this breath, and then again tomorrow, and again the next day, until the habits become traits, and the traits become your essence. Tonight, reflect without judgment. Observe your habits like a philosopher studying a subject. And if you see something that no longer serves you, don't criticize, adjust. Begin the shift. Plant a new seed. Because who you will be in 5 years is not determined by luck. It is determined by what you repeat. And what you repeat is what you believe you're worthy of practicing. So tonight, choose well. Choose to begin again. Choose to align your daily rituals with your deepest values. Because you are always becoming something. The only question is, are you becoming who you truly want to be? Rest now. Let today settle into memory. And know that tomorrow is another chance to practice, to refine, to rise. And in time, you won't just practice virtue, you will become it. 8. Part 8. Let go of what you cannot control, and take full responsibility for what you can. As night deepens, and everything around you surrenders to stillness, there is no better moment to contemplate one of the most liberating and transformative ideas in Stoic philosophy. Let go of what you cannot control, and take full responsibility for what you can. This is the cornerstone of inner freedom. The moment you truly understand this, a heavy weight falls from your shoulders. The pressure to control everything, other people's opinions, the outcome of events, the shape of the future, begins to fade, and in its place, clarity emerges. The Stoics taught that our suffering does not come from events themselves, but from our mistaken belief that we should be able to control them. Epictetus said it clearly. Some things are in our control and some are not. What is in our control? Our judgments, our actions, our choices, our responses. What is not? The opinions of others, the past, the randomness of life, the weather, aging, death. When we try to control what's not ours, we end up exhausted, frustrated, bitter, and afraid. But when we focus only on what belongs to us, our own inner domain, we become powerful. Think of how much energy you spent today worrying about things outside your reach. Maybe you were upset by someone's words. Maybe you feared something that hasn't happened. Maybe you tried to change someone's mind, control a situation, avoid every possible outcome, but none of that is truly yours to control. And the more you try, the more you suffer. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you stop clinging to illusions. You stop waging war against reality. You stop demanding that the world dance to your tune. and instead, you bring all your attention inward. You ask, what is mine to do here? What is the best response I can offer? Where can I act with integrity, clarity, and virtue, regardless of what happens next? Marcus Aurelius reminded himself often, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This was not a theory for him, it was a lifeline. He lost children, faced betrayals, ruled through plague and war. Yet he returned again and again to this truth. He could not control fate, but he could control himself. And so can you. This is not about passivity. Stoicism is not about doing nothing. It's about doing the right things. The things within your sphere. To take responsibility for your attitude, for your focus, for your actions, for your effort, and to release everything else. Tonight, reflect on where your attention has gone today. He was emperor of Rome, and yet he still needed to return to these basic truths. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When your head hits the pillow tonight, let this be your guiding star. I do not control the world, but I control myself. I control my thoughts, my responses, my energy. I can meet life with calmness. I can choose peace over reaction. I can choose courage over fear. I can choose discipline over indulgence. Was it caught up in trying to be liked? In worrying about the economy? In controlling how others see you? What if you brought all that energy back? What if you withdrew from the arena of what's not yours and stepped fully into your own domain? You would sleep lighter. You would live freer. You would act with more strength and less anxiety. You would become, as the Stoics called it, invincible. Not because nothing affects you, but because nothing outside of you controls you. And yes, this practice is hard. You will forget. You will slip. You will find yourself grasping for control again. That's okay. What matters is that you notice, that you come back, that you remind yourself day after day, night after night. This is not mine to carry, but this, my thoughts, my breath, my effort, this is mine. Let others have their opinions. Let outcomes fall where they may. Let the future unfold as it must. And let yourself be rooted, grounded, steady. Not because life is easy, but because you have stopped fighting the parts of it that were never yours to fight. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the master of your will. Take back what belongs to you and surrender the rest. This is not giving up. This is rising up by letting go. And tonight, that choice is yours. 9. Live. According to nature, align your life with reason, purpose, and the whole. As the night stretches longer and the hush of the world deepens, let us return to one of the most profound and often misunderstood Stoic teachings, to live according to nature. To the Stoics, this was not merely a poetic phrase, it was a call to alignment, a philosophy of existence, a reminder that true peace, clarity, and meaning arise not from resisting life, but from flowing with it, guided by reason, purpose, and our unique role within the vast web of the universe. What does it mean to live according to nature? It means to live in accordance with your true design, as a rational, moral, and social being. It means to rise each day and ask, what is in harmony with who I am meant to be? Because the tree grows upward toward the sun. The river flows downward to the sea. The stars follow their course without confusion. And you too have a path that is deeply yours. Not a path of random desires or borrowed dreams, but one that aligns with your higher nature, your reason, your values, your sense of duty, your inner truth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is your profession? To be a good man." That is the Stoics' calling. Not fame, not wealth, not comfort, but excellence of soul. To fulfill the function of a human being, to think clearly, to act justly, to endure with courage, to speak with honesty, to serve something greater than oneself. But how often do we live against this natural current? How often do we trade truth for approval, wisdom for speed, virtue for pleasure, clarity for distraction? We are not punished for this misalignment. We suffer from it. When we betray our nature, we become restless, anxious, lost. We chase the wind. But when we return to what is essential, what is within us, peace flows again. We don't need to escape the world. We need to realign ourselves within it. Tonight, ask yourself, did I live in harmony with my nature today? Did I honor my ability to choose, to think, to act with intention? Or did I follow impulse, noise, fear? Did I serve the common good, or only my own comfort? Did I speak what I knew was true, or stay silent out of fear? These questions are not accusations. They are invitations to return, to remember. Seneca said, "No man can live a happy life, or even a supportable life, without the study of wisdom." And wisdom begins with alignment, with living not as a fractured shadow, pulled by every impulse and opinion, but as a unified whole, calm, clear, rooted in principle. You don't need to control the world. You need to inhabit your place within it, to play your part well, like an actor who may not choose the script, but who can choose to perform it with dignity and truth. The Stoics believed the universe had order, rhythm, reason, logos, the divine logic that governs all, and that choice, repeated each night, becomes your character. It becomes who you are. Now breathe. Let go of everything you cannot change, and remind yourself, my peace is not for sale. 2. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. As night descends and your body begins to slow, there is no better time to reflect on the most humbling and empowering truth in all of Stoic philosophy. Memento mori. Remember that you must die. This is not a dark thought. It is not morbid, nor is it a call to fear. Whether or not you believe in a divine intelligence, you can feel the rhythm in your own life when you slow down and return to center. You know when you are aligned, there is flow, grace, a deep sense of rightness. You also know when you are off track. You feel pulled, tense, divided. So come back, tonight, gently. Come back to what is natural to you: stillness, presence, responsibility, compassion, clarity, courage. Let go of the excess. Let go of the noise. Let go of the borrowed lives you tried to imitate. You don't need more. You need truth. You need presence. You need to walk your own path, not someone else's. And when you do, when you live simply, justly, wisely, you come into harmony, not only with yourself, but with the world. You become part of something greater than your own worries. You become a servant of the whole. And in that service, you find peace. So rest now. Let the day go. Let your breath return to rhythm. Let your mind become still like water. And let yourself remember, you are not separate from life. You are part of it. You are made to live with reason. You are made to act with purpose. You are made for this moment. Live according to nature, and you will never live in vain. 10. Death is not the end. It is the final teacher. As the final hours of night wrap around you like a soft shroud, and your body begins to surrender to sleep, there is one last Stoic idea to carry with you, one that shadows every moment of life, and yet, when embraced, makes life infinitely brighter. It is this: death is not the enemy. It is the final teacher. The Stoics spoke of death, not with dread, but with deep familiarity. They invited it into their reflections, not to feel morbid, but to be fully alive. Memento mori, they whispered to themselves. Remember that you must die, not tomorrow, not in some distant future, but perhaps sooner than you imagine. And in that possibility, in that urgency, is the seed of wisdom. Most people live as if they have infinite time. They delay their truth. They withhold love. They tolerate mediocrity. They stay silent. They wait. But the Stoic does not wait. The Stoic wakes each day and knows, this could be my last sunrise, not with fear, but with fire, with gratitude, with the will to leave nothing undone. You could leave life right now, Marcus Aurelius wrote. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Imagine living each day with that kind of clarity. Imagine choosing your words carefully, because they may be your last. Imagine resolving conflicts swiftly, because you may not have tomorrow. Imagine acting not from ego, but from essence, because time is running out. To the Stoic, death is not an interruption. It is the conclusion. And like a good writer, you live each page with the end in mind. You don't fear the final chapter. You craft it. You live so that when the moment comes, you do not cling. You smile. You let go, because you have lived well. This is the Stoic art of dying, and therefore, of truly living. Tonight, reflect. What if this were your last night? Not out of panic, but from presence. Would you be proud of today? Did you speak your heart? Did you hold someone you love? Did you create, serve, give, grow? Or did you scroll, complain, compare, withdraw? Did you breathe fully, or rush past every sacred moment? Seneca reminded us that death is not the future, it is now. It is a part of every moment that passes. Every tick of the clock is not time lost, but life lost. This does not mean sorrow, it means intensity, the sacredness of now, the holiness of the ordinary. You won't remember every day, but you will remember the ones you lived fully. You will remember the nights when you looked up at the stars and felt how small and magnificent you are. You will remember the quiet courage of choosing truth over comfort. You will remember the soft moments, the held hand, the unspoken forgiveness, the silence that said more than words. And when death comes, and it will, may it find you ready, not finished, perhaps, but complete, because you lived with your eyes open, because you didn't waste your fire, because you gave your gift. So tonight, make peace with death, not as a thief, but as a teacher, not as a terror, but as a mirror, showing you what matters, teaching you how to live. Say the words you've been saving. Let go of the resentment you've carried. Begin what you've postponed. Forgive, create, love. Quite the opposite. It is a reminder of how precious this life is. It is a clarifying lens through which you see what truly matters. When you remember that your time is limited, you stop wasting it on things that don't deserve your energy. Seneca once wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." And sleep tonight, not with fear in your chest, but with peace in your bones. Because you understand, death is not against you. It is the great clarifier, the sacred punctuation mark at the end of your sentence. Live so that when it comes, it meets no regret, only readiness. Now, as the final whispers of night settle into silence, and your breath begins to slow, you arrive at a place deeper than sleep, the edge of the inner world, where transformation begins. This is where the Stoic truly lives, not in the clamor of the day, but in the sacred stillness of reflection. The world sleeps, but your soul awakens. You have just walked through 10 ideas, not mere thoughts, but 10 doorways to a new self. You've stood face to face with impermanence. You've made peace with the uncontrollable. You've stepped out of emotional bondage. You've remembered death, not as an end, but as a call to life. And now, as you prepare to close your eyes, you carry with you not just knowledge, but wisdom born of awareness. The Stoics never promised comfort. They offered clarity. They didn't teach how to avoid pain. They taught how to transform it. They didn't seek applause or recognition. They sought mastery of the one thing that matters most, the self. You see, this is the secret most people miss. Your freedom is not in the world. It is in how you meet the world. It is in how you wake each day and say, "This is my life. I cannot control the wind, but I can adjust my sail. I cannot choose the events, but I can choose the meaning. I cannot guarantee ease, but I can guarantee effort." That's the Stoic life. A life of depth, a life of decision, a life of dignity. It begins here, in the quiet moment when the rest of the world numbs itself to sleep and you choose instead to awaken. In the moment when you stop chasing, stop hiding, stop blaming, and start being. This is not the end of a meditation. It is the beginning of a revolution. A silent revolution of one soul, choosing virtue over impulse, presence over noise, love over fear. The Stoics didn't write for scholars. They wrote for warriors of the soul, for those like you who dare to look inward, who dare to take responsibility, who dare to live deliberately. So rest now, not because you've escaped life, but because you're finally living it. And as you fade into sleep, let one truth echo quietly within: the path to peace, power, and purpose begins in how you end your day. Good night, noble soul. You are becoming who you were always meant to be, in silence, in stillness, in truth.